All right, next question says, I'm looking to do an equipped meet in around 2 months. I'm currently on guided programming and I'm lifting raw, and I was wondering if guided programming has a specific program for equipped lifters or if I would need to upgrade the coaching service. In this case, if you're able to upgrade the coaching service, I think that you'll enjoy that a lot. You're going to get a custom program. It's going to have the equipped stuff baked into it. It'll be a custom training strategy. You're going to work directly with the coach. It's a nice way to go. Even if it's, a temporary thing, and you come back to guided programming in a couple months, then, that's fine. We can switch you back and forth. So that would be, I think, ideal. If that's not in the cards for some reason, then you can modify the guided programming work to be more friendly toward equipped lifting, but we don't really currently have any training groups that are designed expressly for equipped lifting. So let's say for a minute that you want to stay in guided programming and that you want to modify your training. What I would recommend is your comp lifts are equivalent at that point. So where it says squat with belt, now you're going to treat that as, squat in your full kit, knee wraps and squat suit and the whole deal. It will depend a bit on the training group that you're in, but you are going to need to perform some singles in your full gear, probably 3 singles. You want to focus them around an 8 RPE, which is going to be a little bit heavier than your opener. That should be heavy enough so that you can reach full depth for your squat. You can touch some benches. You may not do it right away. You may not have every single rep be a legal rep, but you want to at least be getting close, get the feel for what legal reps feel like, build some of that skill, okay? Do some rep work in your kit as well. You won't need to do quite the same amount of volume as what's prescribed there, but usually 1 rep set is going to suffice. I have a lot of my equipped guys do either triples or 5s or something like that, and they'll respond differently. Some guys really thrive on the triples and some guys really thrive on the 5s. And I mean, even the ones that thrive on the 5s seem to hate them. But you do what gets you the results. In terms of your assistance exercises, for the squat and the deadlift, that is a good time to do your just classic raw competition style squatting and deadlifting, unless you have a very glaring weakness. For the squat, it's almost always just competition raw squatting. For the deadlift, sometimes we'll bring in stuff like chains and stuff like that, but more often than not, it's just vanilla deadlifting. The bench has more slots, so you can be a bit more creative with that. There should already be, so you're going to swap competition benching out for shirted bench. There should already be another overload slot. So if you wanted to swap that out for, a slingshot or some board work or bands or chains or something like that, that's a good place to do that. So those are two movements a week that are kind of top end focused. And the other movements can still be bottom end focused, because any sort of force or power generated from the bottom end of your range of motion is not going to be wasted. So even in the shirt, generating more bottom end strength it's not wasted. It's going to be helpful to your bench. It may not have the best transfer, but in a situation like this, you don't know. Training the top end is a lot more risky, depending on where your weaknesses are at. So those are some general recommendations. If you would like to take that and apply that to your guided program, then by all means go for it. If you want to upgrade your program, let me know and we'll get that taken care of for you ASAP. We can probably, depending on how quickly you can get back to me here, we could probably have you up and running on it by next week.